Okay, acá estoy. Here I am. Came out of my youth hostel and I could ride the bike, but I wanted to get some exercise. Yes. Sitting on the bike all day, and tomorrow again, I needed to do some walking. And it's warm, but it's not unbearable. It's about 10:30 in the morning. Figured I'd walk down to the cathedral, buy my elephant ears if I can find them, and then walk back. That's a good, I don't know, mile and a half walk. This is the main throughway, well, not the main throughway, but one of the one-ways. But it's nice. Good road. Some traffic, but nothing really bad. Oh. When I first came, I used to walk every day to downtown. They have coffee shops and plastic places and whatnot to shop. So it was nice. And it wasn't horrible weather-wise. And today I'm walking not as early as before. It's like 10:30. I just wanted to have a lazy morning, read, watch a little TV, have breakfast, relax. There's a really cool breakfast place, but I can't remember what the side street was. I saved it on my phone. See, here when it rains, the water gets pretty high in the streets. So all the all the garages have those things if they're built up. That way they can flop them back down on the street and drive their vehicles up in the garage. These ones have steps, but without those ramps, you're never going to get a car up there. And everybody walks on the shady side of the street. And if I decide I don't want to walk back, I can take a cab back for 85 cents or whatever. We'll walk down this way, see where we end up. See, this is the kind of pickup I need to make a move. That would take care of all my stuff. And lots of people have them here. Buenas. Buenos días. This is the little trucks that I fell in love with. Not the dualies, but the single wheel. Brand new. 18,000 diesel single cab. I like the double cabs, but of course they don't have as big of a bed. But still big enough to move around stuff. We'll have to see if I decide to buy that later on or not. But right now, seems to be okay. This is la tortuga boluda. Boluda is in Argentine for stupid or tarado or something like that. Well, and tortuga is a turtle. So it's a stupid turtle is the name of the hotel or youth hostel. And there's little youth hostels hidden all over the streets here. But it's nice. The sidewalks here are actually a little bit better than in Matagalpa. They're wider, of course, because of the amount of water that flows through the streets. They have a lot of steps up and down. There's the thing. Oh, yeah. But it's nice. Everybody has those big gates with the locks on the inside. That way you can leave the front door open if you want. With those gates, nobody comes in anyways. Originally, when I was looking for a cheap place. And I saw some rooms in places like this that they had 4 or 5 rooms inside for $100, but they were dark with, you know, bathroom down the hall kind of thing. See, here's one that says "Se alquila." We'll go ask just to see. Buenos días.
¿Sí?
Veo que alquila. ¿Qué alquila? ¿Casa o cuartos?
No, solo estudiante.
Ok, ¿cuánto cobra?
120 vale el cuarto, pero están ocupados ahorita.
No, yo sé, nomás para dar información.
Sí.
Yo alquilé una casa, pero
Ya.
tengo un montón de extranjeros que quieren ir, para darle una idea de lo que cuesta.
Sí, eso.
120, ¿tiene baño privado o no?
No, es
Ok.
afuera.
Ok, muchas gracias, que tenga buen día. Ok, $120 for rooms with a shared bathroom in the hall, but it's only for students. There's like 3 or 4 universities here in Leon. So there's a lot of students. Well, a lot of students that come and rent rooms for the school year and then go back. They have these little parks throughout the city for the kids to play in, for the old people to sit and watch people go by. And if you don't behave, that's where you end up. No hay nadie adentro por ahora, ¿no?
Sí, ahí llevo uno.
Ah, sí.
Sí, va a traslado ya.
I asked him if there was anybody in there. He said, oh yeah, I take one. Just transporting that. I don't think so. I think he was joking, but still. Okay. So now we're going to take a left here. I don't know where we're going, but we're going this way. Ah, miremos. Inmigración y extranjería. Para hacer papeleríos. Permiso. Okay. I went inside to ask how long, if I had to change my address or if I could just do it in November when I have my 6-month appointment with immigration after getting the green card or cedula, whatever you want to call it here. I said, well, you have 72 hours once you move. So I go, okay. So they give you a fine, but you know, who knows? Maybe they give you a fine of $5 and it's worth doing then and not having to go to Managua. So I have to find out what la multa or the fine is. But sometimes it's just easier to pay the fine than to deal with all the other crap of driving around, going from city to city.
Ya, entonces viene.
Okay, so here's another church, walking down. And you can see the top of the cathedral up there, which is basically the center of town, where all the shops are and everything else. And that's where the bakery is. Well, one of them. There are dozens and dozens throughout the city, but the one I want is over there. Gives me a chance to walk a little bit, so I'm happy to. And you know, now it's sunny but kind of cloudy and breezy, so it's like perfect in the shade. It's fantastic to walk around. I think it'll be so much better to have a house that stays cooler and I can put an air conditioner in. Then I'll have respite from the heat when it gets really hot, and also be able to actually go out and do stuff during the day without roasting to death. Before, my problem was that when I came home after walking, I couldn't cool down. There was like no place that was cool in the apartments. I know where I'm at. I think Claro is just around the corner. And I wanted to ask to switch it over to the house and how long it takes. Here they're actually pretty good. In the US it can take a week to 2 weeks sometimes to get transferred. Here, so we'll be there tomorrow morning. Then they call you when they're on their way and all of that. So it's pretty cool. There's a walkway in Leon. They have several that are just for pedestrians. There's a long video. Adulto 20 pesos. You can come here and choose whatever clothes you want, and it's like 60 cents a piece, which is fantastic. Sí, it's so much more vibrant. ¿Qué pasa? Me está saludando, ni me conoce. Mira, ¿cómo le va? See, everybody's friendly. If you smile, they smile back. I think Claro is here. Yeah, okay. So I can go in and ask. Hopefully there's not a long line. And there's this little shops everywhere. No, no necesito eso. Necesito averiguar un poco, pero gracias igual. Ah, gracias. Hay un montón de líneas, ¿no? Okay, without standing in line, there was no way to tell exactly, and I don't want to stand in line, but it looks like maybe $10, $20 more to have 2 boxes instead of 1. So this is basically the park in front of the church, and they sell all sorts of stuff. Hammocks, that's the one thing I have. I sold my hammock. Let's see. Hola. No hay nadie. Bueno. A ver. El lugar para comer está por allá. Okay, the bakery is on that side, so we'll cross. But here they have all sorts of stuff. They have concerts sometimes. It's a gathering place. Parades. This is basically the cathedral. Behind the cathedral, there is a huge block like a whole block, like 100 meters by 100. And it's empty inside, and they have all sorts of shops. They sell vegetables, food, meat, and everything else. And on the outside, instead of these buildings that don't have any awnings, those have awnings. Well, not awnings, they're covered patios with columns, and they're really cool. And they have shops there on both sides. So it works out really well. Yeah, now I recognize. This cathedral is very big. But I remember this town well. I like it so much more, and you can walk so much more in the flat. Buenos días. Some ice cream for the tourists and the people here. So I'm gonna cut this video short pretty soon. Like I said, I could have come down in the motorcycle, but I wanted to walk and get some exercise and stretch my legs after riding all day yesterday. Because it was a waste. You know how they say all the roads lead to Rome? Well, all the buses lead to this junction here. Everybody comes here. And it's all a maze of one-way streets.
Visite nuestra tienda y viste a toda la familia.
They sell bananas, fruit, mango. And the bus that goes to where I want to go, back, the youth hostel, I can't remember if it was this one or 1120. There's like one that goes there. Perdone, ¿qué número de colectivo va a Sutiaba? ¿Ah? Sí. ¿Qué número? ¿Qué número? He didn't know the number. So I'm going to try and record all the way to the bakery. And then I'll start a new video on the inside of the market. It is nice because it's in the shade. And here, this street is closed pretty much all the time with all sorts of stuff. This is about a lot of plastic stuff. Casa de plástico, de todo. Cabinetas, sillas, shelves. I can already smell the bread from here. That is fantastico, fantastico. Well, this is not the one, but originally I thought of a panelito, which is what these things are. But they're nice and they're cute, but you can't really carry big stuff because, you know, they have a low ceiling and that's about it. Whereas the pickup, you can carry a lot more stuff. Okay, if I remember correctly, the bakery is right up here. Ok, acá está la panadería, the bakery. Ah, y ahí están. No le estoy tomando foto a las piernas, nomás la,
Tranquilo, no, ya sabemos que es eso. No se preocupe.
Usted sabe, vivía acá, me encantaban, me mudé a Matagalpa, no hay en ningún lado.
Ah, no, ni...
Ni los conocen. ¿Cómo no van a-
No, pero no hay eso.
Pero bueno, ahí está, bien.
Sí, sí, del techo. Ellos lo tienen, chaval.
It's a very good bakery, una muy buena panadería. Tienen de todo y las que a mí me encantan.